Hi and welcome to MFL Outdoors, and thanks for joining me on this one. Should be a good night. It's a new permission, so you'll know as much as I do. It's very wet. There's a lot of fells there. There's some woodland. There's a duck pond. There are some partridge pens, but obviously there's no partridge in those at the moment. So we're going to get on out there, have a look around and see what we can find. Let's wait for dark to come in, as usual. Okay, so I've been sent a mount by Manbily. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's their premium mount, and I said I'd actually have a look at it, see what it was like, and if it was of a decent quality, I would show you guys. I'm not being paid anything, and I did tell them I would give an honest review, which is what I'm going to do. But when I say review, I'll give you my initial thoughts first of all, and then after I've used it for a while, for a few weeks, then I'll give you my opinion on the actual device and how it operates. But okay, we'll have a look at it now. This is a first look at the Manbily U-3 Premium Saddle Mount, and as you can see I've got that mounted on my Recon Tripod and it's holding my 22LR. This one has a black anodized finish, but you can also get it in green. It's made of thick aluminium and it's CNC machined and comes with a large locking handle. The saddle can be mounted to the tripod in various ways. It's got 2 1/4-inch threads and a 3/8 thread on the bottom, along with a standard Arca Swiss base, so the saddle can be mounted directly to any tripod system. I've put the dimensions of the mount on screen for you now, and you can always pause that and have a look at it at your leisure rather than me go through it. As you can see here from a previous night, I was using this on my Recon Tripod with my 17 HMR setup, and it performed okay. I didn't have any problems with it, but it's early days, and I'll be using it tonight on the same tripod but with my 243 setup. So let's crack on with tonight's foxing job and see what's about. We've just walked up to a vantage point and my friend's out with me tonight. He's helping me spot, so I've lent him one of my thermal spotters. I've lent him my Pulsar XQ38F. There's my friend. Yeah, he's actually just fallen over in the mud, so he's not too happy. But I did ask him if my thermal was okay, and it was, so that's great. There you can see one of the partridge pens. Everything looks pretty quiet at this point. Those heat signatures you can see are just stones in the wall. Some of them hold more heat than others, depending on the type of stone it is. And that there is actually the duck pond that you can see. We were just making our way down and I've just picked up 2 foxes in the rushes. We hadn't seen them before because we were over the Brava Hill. So this one here, I think I'm going to try and call it in. Looks like it's decided it's having none of that. And it's away. It's obviously heard a caller before. It could possibly have picked out our silhouettes because we've got quite a high moon tonight. Here's the second one that was just mooching around, probably about 50 yards down from it. I'm presuming it's the partner of the other one, because it looked like they were hunting together. I'm not going to use the caller this time round, and we're just going to see if it comes in towards us and maybe get a shot. The only problem is it's thick rushes round here, and I'm finding it really hard to track the fox, because every time I'm trying to move round with the tripod, I just keep hitting another clump of rushes. It's gradually making its way down towards us, but it's still at a reasonable distance. I'd probably say about 150 yards away, somewhere in that region, because I've got quite high magnification on the scope at the moment. This ground just isn't ideal at all. I just keep hitting rushes all the time. It's like standing on a giant sponge. I knew I pulled that shot as soon as my finger left the trigger. I should have really left it. I shouldn't have taken the shot. I just couldn't get into a position where I was comfortable. That's the way it goes. We walked down and got into the vehicles, and we've left that area now, and we've come further down the valley into another area that we control foxes, and there's one. You can just see it running there. It's actually not on our bit of ground. Ours stops where the wall is that you can see. It's just over from us. It's on the same estate, but the estate's cut into sections, and that's not our section. So that one's gone over onto the railway lines, and that's disappeared. So we'll have a bit more scan round, see if anything else shows up. Seems to be quite an abundance of foxes and badgers at the moment. And talking of badgers, here's one just shown up. It's not far away from us. They have no fear of us at all. It's like they know they're protected. It's just mooching around in the field. It's amazing how many there are, though. There's absolutely loads over this estate, and I'm sure it's the same around the country. They just seem to be increasing in numbers. Right, my friend's just advised me he's bailing out, so he's leaving me to it. So I'm going to head back up to where I was originally and see if those other two foxes show up. Right, I've just got out the truck and I'm back where I was at the start of the evening. I'm just going to hang around here. I get quite a good view of the bankside, but there's so many drainage ditches and we've got so much runoff water at the moment with all the rain. It can be quite dangerous if you're on your own. So I'm just going to hang around here and see if anything shows up. Hopefully we'll get something. Well, I've decided to stop for a break. So I'm going to have me cup of Marmite. Yes, that sounds disgusting, and doesn't taste too good either. No, it's alright actually. And I've also, backed by popular demand, got myself a Dairy Dunker. I just spoiled myself. And now I'm going to have them, and then we'll have a bit more look round. I was just sitting having my Marmite drink, and this tawny owl turned up right next to the truck, and some fantastic footage of it. I never get sick of watching them. So on a night time, you know, when they're out hunting. Wow. It's amazing what you see with these thermals that you would never see without them. I wonder if the smell of Marmite drew it in. Maybe not. Here we go. I've just spotted that fox on the ridgeline. So I'm going to hang on and see what it does. I can only see one at the moment, so I'm hoping there's going to be another one following around somewhere. It's slowly coming down, heading towards my way anyhow. It's going to be very hard keeping track of this one because the rushes are so high. They can be quite near to you and you wouldn't even know they're there, even with the thermal. I've switched over to the rifle, but I'm still sitting in the truck at this point. But I can't take the risk of getting out and putting the rifle onto the tripod. It'll just make too much noise. And one of those foxes is quite jumpy. Well, the fox is in that area somewhere, but you just can't see it, not even with the thermal. It's just so thick, the rush is there, which shows why I had the problem shooting or trying to shoot it earlier on. You just can't get a foothold in properly. And there's the other one making its way down. So it's obviously following the scent of the first one. I think this is the pair that we saw at the beginning of the evening. In fact, I'm almost sure it is. And there they both are together. Yeah, they're definitely a mated pair. Well, that's hit hard, because you can see, because the tail's gone straight up in the air. That one's dropped quite close to me. And that's the other one hiding in the rushes. You can just see it. You can just see its head. Well, that made a bit of a mess. Those 95 grains hit hard, it won't have known a thing. I've just walked up the track a short way and I found this one lying there, not far off the track in the grass. So I think that's the first one I shot. That's the dog, because it's actually been shot in the shoulder. The second one shot, I think, must have been the vixen. That one was headshot, as you saw on the video, and she's nearer to the wall, and that's thick bog there, especially with all the rain we've had, so I'm not going in there. So tonight I've been using my Sako A7 in stainless. That's 243, and with the new stock I put on it. I'm also using the Infiray Rico RH50 thermal rifle scope and the Recon Tripod. Also I have the Manbily Saddle on that, which is holding the rifle at the moment. And the ammunition tonight is the Hornady 95 grain SSTs. I'm just having one last look around, just to see if anything else shows its face. It's nice to check to see that the ground's clear before I go. But if nothing else shows up, I think I'll get back in the truck, because I've got a 3/4 of an hour drive back home. It's also really bright out here at the minute. I've nearly got a full moon. It's quite high up, so it's lighting the place up well, which isn't the best. Okay, well thanks for joining me on this one. It's 2:30 now and I'm heading home. We've got a couple of foxes. I think it's the dog and the vixen that we saw earlier on, where I took a shot at one of them and unfortunately missed. I think I've got them the second time round anyhow. The dog was the one that I picked. That very end one that I shot, if you saw, that was headshot. So I'm thinking that that's probably the vixen that was in the rushes. She ran when I shot the dog, and I'm not going to find that one. It's so boggy round there. I'll see if I can get my friend to find it during the daytime when he's out with the dogs. Okay, all that's left for me to say is take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye for now. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment and give it a thumbs up. It really is appreciated. It does take a long time to make these videos and it really does help a lot. Take care and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.